Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot warned Supreme Court is coming after LGBTQ plus community. Many in the LGBTQ plus community are worried about the Supreme Court, after the leak of a Roe v. Wade decision, and lesbian mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, is no exception, of course. Yesterday, Mayor Lightfoot tweeted, quote, "To my friends in the LGBTQ plus community, the Supreme Court is coming for us next. This moment has to be a call to arms. We will not surrender our rights without a fight to victory," end quote. With the leaked opinion from Justice Alito specifically states that Obergefell versus Hodges would not be covered under the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, it does set the standard of overturning past legal precedent where a specific law does not stand to protect rights. I mean, I think the writing is on the wall that, and also, of course, this is shared, reproductive politics is queer politics. That is to when they come for one of us, they're going to come for all of us. Yeah. And there's all of our fates are connected in this way.
It's the precedent that it's setting, though, because this means that so much more can be addressed and rolled back. Civil rights as a whole, and I'm going to keep saying it whenever I hear things like this, I'm sitting here as a queer Black woman in fear, because these are hitting so many parts of my identity, and I'm thinking, you know what, why are you policing women's body in this way when you still have child marriage? There are still 9-year-old girls who are married to adult men in certain states, and that's fine. That you have no problem with, and we're not actually bringing into the conversation, because at the same time, these young girls are being, I'm not even gonna say they're being forced to bring children to term. They are being raped and they are becoming mothers before some of them are even in high school. But I, of course, if I got pregnant, it's my fault and I have to take care of that. But
exactly.
Sorry,
and I think what's the interesting, so personal to me, I think the interesting part of this, I think we all called this 2 years ago. We knew this was going to happen. My parents in particular didn't believe that it was going to happen. I said, we're next. They're going to come after gay rights. They're going to come after human rights that are affecting your son. And they didn't believe it. Now that this is happening, it's almost like, something has woken up inside of them and they're like, maybe you were right. So I feel hopefully other people on the other side are going to start seeing that it's going to affect everyone.
And but go ahead.
No.
But the damage is done. I mean, if you read a lot of this decision, it can be cut and pasted into almost any other decision dealing with civil rights. For generations in America, we've had the implied right of privacy. But that right is no longer implied after this gets released.
No, it's a pretty bold statement that the leak we've read is not. It's bold, and it will have an enormous effect for sure. And you're right. We've known this is coming, but now it's here.
Yeah.
And now
And those of us who set up the alarm were called, crazy, overreacting.
Yes.
To go back to Trump, he'll never do that. He appoints these people that they'll honor stare decisis, if that's the correct way to say it. For precedent that's been set for years, and this goes back to all the other rights. If this one's overturned, what happens to segregation? What happens to LGBT? Everything suddenly unravels. And it unravels so quickly, and it took so long to get to this point. To see it turn like on a dime is just scary beyond belief.
Scary.
It's ridiculous. And I'm just going to ask really quickly, correct me if I'm wrong. The Republican Party is against large government controlling things. However, when it benefits them, because that has been all of Trump's candidacy, just signing executive orders left, right, and center. And then we see things like this when you do have majority of Republicans in certain things. They go straight into, I'm going to force this issue. So
and the American public is for keeping Roe versus Wade. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, the overwhelming response, I believe the Republicans never thought this would ever come up, so they could stand on that and have people vote with them, knowing it would never change. And it changed, and I think a lot of them are backpedaling, including DeSantis, because they don't want suddenly to go against their voters.
So DeSantis is interesting. He hasn't actually made a statement about this just yet. That is, we don't entirely know where Florida is going to stand on this.
Statement in itself.
100%. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to. But there's easily, I think, 20 states already that are likely going to see the effects of abortion bans.
Some of them have
already
what they call trigger laws. As soon as this decision is officially released and certified, states like Mississippi will automatically ban everything, which brings into question Plan B, morning after pills, things like that.
Even mailing them interstate is illegal.
Because it's now controlled by the state.
Correct.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure